Welcome to the kingdom. I am your host. They call me Phenom. Over there. Which way is that? There. Yeah, I got it right finally. That is my host.
Over here.
We call him Sirius.
What up?
We have a special guest with us today via cellular phone. Give it up for Blankman.
Clap, 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 clap.
Golf clap.
Clap.
It's like it's been a while, Blankman. Everything good with you?
Everything's wonderful, man. Wonderful.
It's like I just feel like he just up and abandoned us one day, and we were just all by ourselves.
It's okay. We don't miss you at all.
Not
even a little bit.
Like, to be honest, anyone who's been watching since the beginning, they probably think me and you just got some big ass egos and kicked everybody else off the damn show.
Fired everybody.
And everybody asked me about it too.
They like, if there ain't a king in front of your name, you not on my show. My show, baby. No.
They got a show deal and that was it, man.
Look, we told them with the creative direction that we're going in.
Yeah, you just didn't fit the direction
we did
were going.
we did a poll and yeah, like sorry about that. We like to thank you for your contributions and wish you well in all your future endeavors.
Of course.
That's how you hit them.
If you ever need a recommendation, we got you.
No, I'm good, thank you.
It's like, but we're not giving you a 2-week notice. Just don't show up for the next show. Oh man. So we got some quick hits that we want to go ahead and run through. Let's see what Blankman has to say about it.
Remember
since
those?
He hasn't had an opinion in a very, very long time.
Remember those, Blankman? Those quick hits? Those do you cares?
I remember the quick hits.
Okay, so you remember how this works.
Thank you. I'm not that slow.
Okay, so the first thing that I care about, Superman is not the best superhero.
Absolutely not.
It's trash.
He is pretty bad.
It's ass.
Stop. Okay.
I don't know if y'all. So did y'all see that post that I put up with that Batman audio for how to take that? I know it was already on the movie, but I feel like there was like more audio.
I didn't get a chance because like when I tried to play it every time, the volume would just like blast in my ear and I couldn't turn it down for some reason.
Yeah. So I mean, this is just
my work computer.
This is just me, saying how great Batman is, of course. But so yeah, like on Justice League Doom, he had those contingency plans for the Justice League. But
and if you haven't seen Justice League Doom,
for shame, like seriously.
Really?
Yeah. So, but he had more. Like he added like Firestorm was on there, like other contingency plans and things like that.
Look, he had lists for the A squad, the B squad, all the way down to the Z list.
Oh, he was ready. But no, the cool shit was when he talked about himself. He said this contingency plan was called like a code name, the Detective, and he said in order to incapacitate me, you have to distract me by taking hostages, preferably hostages that I know, and then like once you take those hostages, then do whatever your true plan is, and that's what's gonna throw me off my game. But then he was like, but if you do that, you better be real careful. Like he throws that in at the end, and so that's why I had to put that next message up. Like, okay, middle finger to DC, except for Batman. that dude is just too damn tough.
Man.
I'm guessing you can say that with somebody that can get in the atmosphere and hit you with some laser beams from his eyes from the atmosphere. But yeah, Batman.
He has too much of a conscience.
Yeah, he's too much of a Boy Scout to do something.
He's too human.
Was Batman not the devil?
Look, Batman lost.
Death is scared of Batman.
Look, Batman is that scared little boy who was in the alley when his parents died, all right? He didn't grow up. Superman grew up and, he still held on to his ideals. Batman lost those ideals as a child.
Threw that shit out the window, man.
Yep.
I can't do nothing with those.
Oh, man.
So that's just our little back and forth with Blankman about.
Yeah, that wasn't even on the topic list at all.
Not at all.
Look, the moment Batman gets therapy, Gotham is fucked.
Oh, it's over. What do you think Alfred's there for? That is his therapy.
Pretty much. Like, that's why his wife. Look, that's why his wife to be left him. He was like, look, I can't make you happy because the moment I make you happy, this city's gonna fall.
I feel like crying every time you bring it up.
Issue 50.
This dude just can't be happy.
And like 2 issues later, his stepson gets shot in the head. I mean, his foster child gets shot in the head.
Dear Lord.
Damn.
It's a bowl of bad luck and misery.
Hey, that's what you need. That's what you need.
That's what he needs.
But speaking of the Batman, so the first real actual topic was Armie Hammer. I talk about this a lot, how when the 2010 Justice League Mortals movie was supposed to happen, he was cast to play Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Reeves' new movie, The Batman, is looking to have a younger Bruce Wayne. And there are a lot of people championing for Armie Hammer. And there were a lot of reports going around that said that he was actually like a front runner for the role, and he was supposed to have like a private meeting and all this. Mm-hmm. Well, he's online and he's refuting all this. He's saying,
are we going for look of Batman or Bruce Wayne, or are we going for like a swagger?
With Armie Hammer, I would say it's probably more of a swagger.
Because me personally, I think John Hamm would be the best Batman.
But John Hamm's too old. The Batman, they want a young Bruce Wayne. Like John Hamm is the same age as Ben Affleck, I think.
Right.
They're like 46, 47.
You talk about that, okay? So you talk about young Batman.
Yeah.
Who pull that shit off?
I mean, that's why Armie Hammer for some people like said like George what's his name? I don't know why I want to say George Romero. It's not George Romero. Shit. Who's the dude that did Mad Max? God damn it. Now I gotta think of that.
I feel like if you hadn't asked me, I'd have been able to have the answer.
The bad part, George Miller. Okay.
Miller.
Yeah, so a lot of people are just like, if George Miller, who's made all these great movies, trusted that Armie Hammer could play Batman, and it was like, then let him go ahead and, be the Batman that he never got a chance to be. And so, he's a big dude. He's a big dude. He's kind of muscular.
Yeah.
He's shown that he can do action movies and like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. So, right. I mean, honestly, I could believe him. And he's a good looking dude. I could believe him he looks like someone who would be a playboy. Shit, in The Social Network, he played those twins, and those twins look like nothing but rich, arrogant, jerk playboy types.
So. Definitely with this topic, I do care. I care about anything Batman.
Damn, he's 6'5".
As far he's 6'5",
6'5", and he's only 32. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Of course, because they want to go younger. Me, I was like John Hamm too, but because they want to go younger, I wouldn't mind Armie Hammer.
That's because you like The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did enjoy that movie, and I like the role that he played in it. But also, like when you talk about the look of like Bruce Wayne, or like, because Armie Hammer, he is blonde, right? Or like
a dirty blonde,
or something like that. It's like back then when they was doing their progressions of going through the movies of the different Bruce Waynes and Batmans. You had Keaton, then you had who was right
Kilmer.
after Keaton? Kilmer was right after Keaton, and then after that you had Clooney.
Yeah, two Keatons, a Kilmer, and a Clooney.
You had different looks, but
what the hell's up with the C's and the K's?
I don't know. That's a good question. But when Kilmer took the role, he didn't skip a beat to me. Like Kilmer is actually one of my favorite Bruce Waynes.
Well, yeah, but George Clooney was a horrible Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was.
So I wouldn't say he was a horrible Bruce Wayne. No, I wouldn't say he was a horrible Bruce Wayne. He was a bad Batman, but like if you had to look at someone who would be George Clooney looks like a Bruce Wayne type. He looks like a rich playboy. George Clooney pretty much was Bruce Wayne in his life.
Oh yeah.
It's just the dialogue was just real cheesy. Like no, I don't think anyone who looked like a Bruce Wayne could say that movie.
What about my man from 300?
Gerard Butler?
Gerard Butler?
Not Gerard Butler.
Oh, you're talking about Magneto.
Oh, Fassbender.
Yeah.
I think he's like in his 40s.
You picked 300 to pick him out of that?
Yeah, pretty much. You couldn't just say Magneto.
You couldn't say Magneto?
You know how long it's been since I've seen 300?
Duh. Okay,
Like
that
you
makes
just,
sense.
I mean, you heard the first name I threw out. I was like, he's like Gerard Butler.
Right.
That man can't even do an American accent. He's like, oh, you're Batman. How'd you know? It's like you have a Scottish accent.
That's you.
No Jake Gyllenhaal, that's what I'm saying.
Well, some people were just like with Jake Gyllenhaal. He like who knows what his obligations are, because you know he's Mysterio.
He's
Who knows if he's
Mysterio.
going to be in any other movies in the MCU? So
Yeah.
I think we go with a no-name person.
I think we just stick with Armie Hammer. Now, granted, he's refuting all of this, and when they do that,
I would say he's just refuting that he's in the final talks or stuff like that. I mean, who knows?
he's definitely that means he's at the negotiation tables right now, talking about numbers.
I mean, maybe like I said, I hope it's true. I hope he can prove to be a good leading man. I'm trying to think of what he actually starred in, where he was just pretty much the solo star. I can't really think of it. So it's just like he has a history of being in good movies because you know he was in 12 Years a Slave, which you know that made me want to just crack him in the jaw the first time I saw him, or first time if I ever do see him. You said what?
He can whip good, right?
No.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not responding to that.
Absolutely not. No.
Right. But
I mean, I can see Armie Hammer, but I mean, I want to see Flashpoint. That's what I want to see. And I want to see what's my man from Jeffrey Dean play Batman in the future.
oh, you want
You want to see him play Thomas Wayne?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan? Is that his name? Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
He has to beef up, man.
He did lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, I told Sirius, I saw him on the 300th episode of Supernatural, and looking at him from the very first episode of Supernatural, was like, damn, man, you lost so much weight.
You saw that episode? I thought he was coming back to the show.
Oh, it was just a one-off.
Yeah, I saw it. You know, it's the amazing thing about Supernatural, not to go off topic. I don't know how they do it, but after 13 seasons, I'm still invested.
It's just,
That's because you all are sheep.
I am a sheep, all right? I like
Clearly.
Supernatural. It's because it can get serious, but then at the same time, there are just times when like it takes itself where it doesn't take itself so serious. Like there are times when it's making fun of what the normal craze is, and you appreciate that.
Yeah, and the thing too is that they keep you. The storyline doesn't get old. They seem to keep going.
Like,
they keep,
come on, dog.
Like
They did a
Law and Order.
crossover. They did a crossover with Scooby Doo.
and it
They did.
works.
It like you should have seen it when all of them when they told all of them that this is just a cartoon and that ghosts and demons were real. They all had fucking breakdowns, dog.
It works. I was like, am I high? Is it working? It's working.
So yeah, I'm here for Art. So everyone's pretty much here for Armie Hammer.
yeah, of course.
Blankman sounds more so like if
I'm-
he's like if Armie Hammer got casted, he wouldn't be mad, but he would prefer maybe a younger, no-name person, go into the role.
all I want to do is improve the fighting in Batman. Batman's fighting is a lot more vicious than it is right now.
No, it's fine right now.
It's too stiff, man. Come on.
What is he talking? What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm over here.
One good scene. Yeah, one good scene in last one where he was fighting Justice League. But other than that,
I mean, in Justice League, he was fighting parademons. He couldn't really use no kung fu and shit. He had to use his gadgets because they was flying everywhere.
And even then, I thought he was doing a good job at fighting them.
Batman vs Superman.
That was
He was going against street level thugs.
the best we've seen out of Batman.
He
when it
murdered
came
a
to
dude by
fights.
throwing his neck into a crate.
That was beautiful. Though. I'm sorry. That's not. I think that's how we should fight. I think Batman should fight like he's from the Philippines. I'm sorry.
Oh no, yeah, he's been saying that. Like he should fight like he's from the Raid or something like that. And I'm like, no.
Batman should fight like he's from Indonesia.
You're right. Like no, absolutely not.
His fighting sounds brutal as fuck. He be breaking kneecaps, all types of shit. He ain't killing people.
That's what he does. Is Batman not doing this?
I mean, that's what he was doing in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are you looking for, Blankman?
Look, the Raid spoiled the shit out of it. I'm sorry. I want that fighting style where my superheroes fight because you know what? You're a superhero. You should fight like a fucking superhero. Stop fighting like, oh, we're pairing
I mean, but in the raid, they were fighting to kill each other.
They were fighting to kill. And as we know about Batman,
The people are trying to kill Batman. Batman's not trying to kill them. That's the reason why he's not fighting like he's in the raid.
on purpose, anyway.
Okay, but in the raid, they're breaking limbs. They're fucking people up. Batman's like, oh,
And then they're killing people after that.
Not Batman is like disarming and like making sure you don't get back up once he puts you down.
Okay, so you know the Christian Bale fighting Bane, that was terrible.
Yeah, that was horrible. Everybody can agree with that. That close-up camera shit, that was the worst.
That's because you couldn't really expect Tom Hardy to do much because they had to have the angles still make it look like he was taller than Christian Bale.
Well, shit. I mean, even when Christian Bale was fighting like thugs, like it was still bad.
Why am I trying to look? I'm trying to Google one of the next quick hits, and I typed in the Silver Bane. Oh man, but yeah, I'm going on to one of the next topics. So Michael B. Jordan has a movie coming out. It's going to be called The Silver Bear, and it's going to be directed by Gerald McCurry, who is the director of The First Purge, and I believe he was also a producer or an assistant on Fruitvale Station. So he already kind of has a history working with Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
And so the Silver Bear is about Hitman. So Michael B. Jordan is going to play this.
Everybody wants to be a hitman.
Hey, he's going to be this badass hitman. I'm going to how do I read? Let me see if I can find like a quick little synopsis of this.
Like everybody wants to be the next John Wick now. Like, what is this about?
I mean,
I think Keanu has this sewed up when it comes to Hitman. I think he's.
I mean, yeah. No.
Yeah. We mean no. Yeah.
So basically, the Silver Bear is about this hitman named Columbus, who I believe he works for the Russian mob.
Okay.
Or someone Russian, because it's always Russian. He's given he's like one of the most baddest hitmen around, because he's just like he's able to turn off his feelings.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't care who it is, like what he has to do. He's just able to do it. And so his next assignment is he has to kill the Speaker of the House, who is also running for president. And of course, the movie plot twist, you find out that the person they sent to kill is actually his biological father, who he never met.
So, question.
Yes.
And not a slight against you, more so about what you just read, or whoever wrote that. So is that a spoiler? Like, is that something that we weren't supposed to know until the climax of the movie?
No, that's something you're supposed. No, that's something you're supposed to know.
Okay, okay.
Because it said, like, when I read the article in the Hollywood Reporter, it told me.
Oh wow! All right. So, John Connor's the new Terminator, huh?
Pretty much. Literally, this is what Amazon says. He's known only as Columbus, and he's a contract killer. He lives only in the present. His past is a horror, and only a whimsical god controls the future. In his narrow world, he's a star. With what Russian criminals call a silver bear, he never fails, and he seems immune to the stress of his work. But his next job will be the toughest. Kill the Speaker of the House, who is also a leading presidential candidate, and Columbus's father. Columbus narrates his own story. This is more so about the book, but there you go.
Who's gonna play his father? That's the question.
Denzel.
You really?
No, we were just saying.
No, I'm saying, but y'all would want Denzel to be in that role.
Like, I mean,
the only way. No,
I mean, the reason why it doesn't matter.
Like Equalizer Denzel to me.
The reason. No, he's the Speaker of the House.
No,
why would
I'm
he be
saying
Equalizer Denzel?
This is what I'm saying. I haven't read this book, but this is hear me out. This is what I'm saying. If he's going to go assassinate the Speaker of the House, who's running for president, who also turns out to be his dad, I would kind of want his dad to like be a badass too. Like, oh, you thought this shit was going to be easy, and then he turns out to be like a Splinter Cell assassin or some shit like that, and planet like
no.
So what's the point of the story then? If you got a killer who can turn off his feelings, he's going to go and kill his dad. There, boom, the end.
You're gonna cast his dad. His dad should be that guy that was on the Firefly, the Black Firefly.
Oh, Bishop.
Bishop?
It wasn't Bishop.
Shepherd.
Shepherd.
Yeah. He used to play his father. He does good.
I think he's a little too old at this point.
I also believe he's a bit too old.
No, he can't. He's dead.
Shepherd's dead?
Ron Glass? Yeah, Ron Glass is dead, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, fact check.
That was a little too,
Sheesh, Blankman.
How much you want to bet the Phenom's not wrong?
it's okay.
November 25th, 2016.
Phenom's rarely wrong.
We're doing like dad old, like in T'Challa and his father. Or we doing like.
I mean, the dude's the Speaker of the House, and he's running for president. So I would say maybe late 40s, early 50s.
Okay, we're talking about maybe someone like Denzel.
Yeah,
well, I would say more so in his 50s than 40s.
I mean, it depends on what age Columbus is. It depends on what, if he's, because I'd assume personally that he probably, if I had to guess, he probably didn't know at first that was his father.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that if he didn't know that was his father, that means his father probably got his mother pregnant young and left her.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's why I said, depending on the age of Columbus, I could believe late 40s, somewhere in the 50s, maybe like early 60s.
I don't know how you all feel about this, but I'm not really here for this at all.
Is it because you don't want another Hitman movie?
One, I don't want another Hitman movie. Two, if it kind of doesn't play out how I just said it in my mind, like the dad also is kind of like, oh, you thought this shit was going to be easy, son.
That's too much, though. That's just a little too much.
What do you mean there's no black hitman? Michael B. Jordan is a black hitman, and well, I mean, I thought you was talking about the dad for a second. I'm sorry.
It's like what? It's like that's a little too much. It's just like, so you want me to believe that he's the Speaker of the House, he's a leading presidential campaign,
and he's a Splinter Cell agent.
Come on, man. That's a little.
The Manchurian Candidate goes Hitman. That's what I'm talking about. Because like, how else are you going to spend? So like, all right, so he doesn't kill him. So now are they dispatching other agents to kill him because Columbus decides he doesn't want to? There's supposed to be,
from what I understand, there's supposed to be a bigger plot to this. Like, I think somewhere along the lines, like he's being set. They were trying to set him up for something, and so it's kind of just like in what's on, kind of like in Hitman, where like like Hitman Assault, where like they're trying to get set up, and you got to uncover the truth, and to uncover the truth, you got to kick some ass. You said what?
It wasn't a good movie.
I didn't say Hitman was a good movie. I'm just pointing out a movie. Like, I'm just pointing out a general theme, not the actual movie itself.
I got you.
Although I'd rather watch the first Hitman than watch Agent 47, because I had no idea what happened at Agent 47.
It's I don't know. I'm not feeling it. It's not strong enough.
Coincidentally enough, Michael B. Jordan is actually starring in a movie that Denzel Washington is going to direct also. He's going to direct but not be in? Yeah. No. This isn't an action movie. This is based on I think it's based on something real. It's called Journals. It's about let's see. It is based on a true story of Pulitzer Prize winning journalist Dana Candy's love affair with First Sergeant Charles Monroe King. King kept a journal full of poignant life lessons for their newborn son, Jordan, while deployed overseas. He was killed in Iraq in 2006 when Jordan was just 7 months old, but his spirit lives on in the messages of love to Dana and Jordan. So
that sounds like a Denzel Washington movie.
It's a heartstring movie.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, that's
Antoine Fisher type.
Yeah, it's called excuse me, it's called Journal for Jordan.
Journal for Jordan.
Yeah, it's on that Antoine Fisher, I'm trying to pull at your heartstrings type of thing.
So
you tried to stop me, but you couldn't.
I'm still here.
I'm still standing.
So no, I'm still not feeling it. I'm sorry. All right, okay. So another reason is because of Michael B. Jordan. I feel like he's the new black guy that's just about to be in everything, the same way that Chadwick Boseman was that new black guy at first. And
Chadwick
now it
Boseman
seems
was
like,
the new.
It
Chadwick
seems like they're
Boseman was the
only
new
black guys on the planet, and they're just sucking up all
Chadwick
the roles.
Boseman
now.
was the new. Chadwick Boseman was the new biopic black guy, and he took that role from Derek Luke. Because at first Derek Luke
Right.
was the Friday Night Lights.
Where's Derek Luke now? Like, that's what I'm saying. Once the new black guy jumps in, that old black guy, he kind of fades to black.
The funny thing is Chadwick Boseman actually might be older than Derek Luke too.
But I think Chadwick Boseman is better acting than Derek Luke, though.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
Okay, never mind.
And I'm not saying Derek
Luke's
Luke
Derek Luke's like 3 years older.
I'm not saying Derek Luke was like bad, but Chadwick is a way better actor. No, just James Brown alone, he's a way better actor than Derek Luke.
But some of the things with Michael B. Jordan is it's not that he's just the it guy. Like I think like he's producing this movie or something like that. I think he took the small roles in the name for himself, and he's actually going out and trying to make these movies himself. So it's not like why is he. Like he's definitely Hollywood's it guy when it comes to African American lead actors. There's no denying that. But then at the same time,
he took that mantle from Denzel.
I'm not gonna say he took the mantle from Denzel more so action wise, not emotional wise, because Denzel's still a better actor when it comes to range of emotions. Like I was watching Creed 2, and one thing I will say is that sometimes when he was forced to display emotions, it's like. All you really do is just sit there and pout.
With your pouting ass.
Like I watched Creed 2 like one time last week in entirety, and then everything after that was just the montage leading up to the final fight. Still a great movie though. I love the Creed series, but so I'm always interested. I support Michael B. Jordan. He's already kicking ass in Creed, so let's see what he can do if he learns some more moves other than just boxing.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it right now. Maybe when more details about the movie comes out and maybe a trailer and shit like that, maybe I'll get into it. But right now, no.
Then something that I'm personally happy about: Gwyneth Paltrow's leaving the MCU after Avengers Endgame.
Okay, so I'm not here for that either. And this is why. Because her leaving after Endgame
I'm here for it.
You're here for it?
Yeah.
I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it because I feel as though that spells doom for Iron Man. You want to take his lady out the picture, then that means there's no reason for Iron Man to really be around anymore. So is he dead?
Yeah, I'm about to say that's what I'm feeling like. In all honesty,
first of all, we can never be done with Robert Downey Jr. Okay?
No, we didn't ask are we done with Robert Downey. We asked are we done with Iron Man, and the answer is yes.
I'm not done with Tony Stark.
They literally introduced an entire country to replace Iron Man. We don't need Iron Man. We don't need Iron Man anymore. You know why? Because we have Shuri in Wakanda.
We do have Shuri in Wakanda, man.
And also, I love Tony Stark, but as we see, Tony Stark has a knack for making things worse a lot of times.
What did he do?
Ultron. Why? Because he was scared of a vision he had. The Time Stone. Why does Thanos have it? Because instead of going back to Earth to regroup with the Avengers, him, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man decide that they're going to be enough to take on a Mad Titan when they could barely take on his henchmen.
And that's the plot of that fucking movie.
That's why I told everyone.
They were insinuating circumstances that led up to stop looking around like that.
No, there weren't extenuating circumstances. You know what he did? He told Doctor Strange, "This guy's been haunting my dreams. We have to go fight him." And Doctor Strange was like, "All right, we'll see how this plays out." In all honesty,
they've been fucking with his head, man. For movies, they've been fucking with his head,
every person that blames Star-Lord for the snap needs to blame Tony Stark first, because there's no reason why they should have been on that goddamn planet in the first place.
They had more, but wait a minute.
I completely agree.
Hold on. They had more than enough help on that goddamn Guardians showed up to also lend a hand.
No, they luckily ran into the Guardians. They didn't know that the Guardians wasn't going to be there. Tony didn't say let's go to this planet because 5 random people were going to show up to help us.
They have. And hold on, real quick. And with all those upgrades to the Iron Man suit, I would have felt like I could take on a fucking planet my damn self. Okay, that suit was mean as shit. That nanotechnology was one of the best things anybody's ever seen.
He threw a planet at him.
I mean, but he would have did that to anybody though.
He threw a planet.
How many of the Avengers would have survived that? Cap would have died.
Black Panther suit would have absorbed all the energy. Who knows?
Scarlet Witch probably would have survived because how powerful she is. Vision probably would have died.
Vision probably would have if Vision wasn't injured, Vision probably would have
at the state that he was in.
Matter of fact, if Vision wasn't in his injured state, he probably would have just told everyone to hold hands and just phase everyone through the damn planet.
Scarlet Witch couldn't even be. Wait a minute, did that planet have breathable air? Is that what?
I don't know. And that's another thing. The planet was fucking destroyed and uninhabitable, yet somehow they could breathe on the damn planet.
I just realized that planet had breathable air?
But was uninhabitable.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, I'm not done with Iron Man or Tony Stark.
Tony Stark has been doing this for 10 years. Like, they've already introduced like ways for him to leave graciously. Yeah, he could have left graciously a while ago, but I'll also acknowledge that there are a lot of problems that are of Tony Stark's own creation.
Hey, if we didn't,
there's a lot more Avengers than just that.
I mean, yeah, how many more Avengers movies y'all trying to see? I don't want to see too many Avengers movies because then I'm like, oh, it's another Avengers movie.
I mean, but it's different when it's a different Avengers in it, though. There's a difference between saying, oh, it's another Avengers movie with Black Widow, Hawkeye, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk. And there's a difference between, oh man, like it's an Avengers movie with with Captain Marvel, with Wolverine, Spider-Man. Like throwing some other people, shit. Like since you so gung ho on Venom, like those like
first of all,
give me Agent Venom.
I'm not gung ho on Venom.
Give me Agent Venom. Thank you. Oh God, thank you. I need this.
First of all,
thank you, Jesus.
Okay. You shouldn't.
I'm validated.
No, you shouldn't feel validated.
I'm validated
because this.
Okay, I'm sorry. The movie was not good. Tom Hardy was terrible in that movie.
Thank you.
He was great in the Warrior. He was great in Batman. He was horrible in that movie. I'm like, can you even act?
Oh, Tom Hardy was not that bad in Venom, where you have to question if he could even act.
I'm not gonna say I could. I'm not gonna say if he can act.
I was about to say Phenom. You had to question if he could act.
I'm definitely gonna say he wasn't the greatest. That wasn't his greatest acting.
No, it wasn't his greatest acting performance, and no one was saying that. No one's saying give him an award
for the money he was getting paid. That shouldn't have been. Like he should have put on a great acting performance.
What we're saying is that the movie isn't as bad as Phenom made it out to be, in which Phenom utterly shitted on that movie. That's more than a watchable movie.
I barely finished that movie.
Blankman.
On a download.
You're validated from Blankman.
I'm cool, man.
that's where you're getting your validation from.
Let me put it like this.
Blankman.
Let me put it like this. I'd rather watch Daredevil, Elektra.
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
I'd rather watch that one with Colin what's his name, as Bullseye.
I like Colin Farrell.
Look, the only 2003, 2004 horrible comic book movie I won't put it over is Ang Lee's Hulk. I mean, I won't put over Venom as Ang Lee's Hulk. I can sit back and watch Ben Affleck as Daredevil before I can sit back and watch Venom all over again.
Yeah, Venom was not good, man. I'm sorry.
So, what the MCU can do is the MCU can talk to, once you get rid of Tony Stark, the MCU can talk to Sony and be like, hey, you guys can keep your Venom. Let us use Venom. Give us a different Venom. Throw in Flash Thompson. No, you can't, because Flash is the Indian kid.
Yep.
Shit. God damn it.
Is that that's the same Flash? Yeah, it's the same Flash.
Yeah, and Flash is who plays Agent Venom.
Right.
Because I was cool with Agent Venom. Agent Venom was fun. He wasn't as sadistic as the current Venom, but he was just like, he was literally just like what would happen if a jock got superpowers, and he was fun to me.
What with Flash?
Flash is Agent Venom. Yeah.
I do that.
Once again, I'm disappointed in your views on the Venom movie, Phenom, and Blankman. This is exactly.
We can't go on forever because we already spent the last weekend shitting on it again.
This is exactly what I would expect from you, Blankman.
So we'll
exactly.
No, so we'll leave it at
you get this, sir.
So
for the third week in a row.
for two straight things, me and Blankman are on the same page. We both agree that Venom shit, and we both are ready to see Iron Man out of the MCU, which means Pepper Potts will be out the MCU. And
you think they're gonna kill her, or is she just gonna leave?
I think they're going to kill Tony, and I think the death of Tony is going to hurt her, and she's going to leave. I don't think he's just going to.
No, you got to give him a hero.
Yeah,
time.
The only way. Yeah, he has to die. The only way he
got to give him a hero.
Yeah, the only way he could. Yeah, the only way he could just sit back and just. Because think about it, he's tried already just to lead a normal life and to not do anything, and look what happens every time. Paralyze him. No, you can't paralyze him. They already tried that with Rhodey, and he fixed him.
He did fix Rhodey. You gotta kill him. Wakanda almost pulled the entire damn Soul Stone out of Vision without harming him. They de-brainwashed Bucky. I mean, paralysis ain't shit to Wakandans no more. Oh yeah, that's true.
I was like, Magic Johnson can go ahead and go over to Wakanda, and there's no more taking no more antivirals. He's just automatically cured of AIDS. He's cured of HIV.
So Iron Man would have to prove once again that he is that hero to make that sacrifice for the team.
Yeah, he has to sacrifice himself. Yep.
Because he's part of the reason why the problem exists.
Hey, look, man, without him, we wouldn't have
Very true. I just watched
quite a few movies.
I mean, without him building the problem. Without him, we wouldn't have. I admit, Iron Man started off everything, and I'll be sad to see him go. But
I might cry.
But the same way the same way you were just like, you don't want to see the same. You don't want to keep seeing Avengers movies. You don't want to keep seeing Iron Man. Like, there's a reason why he hasn't had a solo movie since Spider-Man 3. I mean, since Iron Man 3.
But every time he pops up, you love seeing Iron Man. When he kept popping up in Spider-Man Homecoming, that shit was great.
We've already seen though, Iron Man's biggest weakness is his own fear of things.
Because he's human.
And it's fucked shit up.
He's just a man.
Like, think about it.
He's not even a superhuman. He's just a man in a suit.
The whole reason Civil War went down is because he was able to let Alfred Woodard just walk backstage and make him feel guilty for 3 seconds. My son died in Sokovia. And it's like, well, you know who didn't die? Everyone else that we saved. I'm sorry. I was like, I hope that you raised your son to believe that his life wasn't worth more than millions of people.
He's always had an issue with his technology being the reason that people lose their lives. Okay, that was a thing with him since day one. So it only makes sense.
Well, that was more so a thing of him since he got kidnapped and put in a cave in the Middle East and was forced to make weapons.
Because he stopped. His dad was the weapons manufacturer, and once he got out, he was like, "We're no longer doing weapons manufacturing."
Yeah, once he got out, but at first he was cool with it. He was still making money off of it. He went to the Middle East to demonstrate a new weapon.
Yeah, what I'm saying though, once he became the hero,
he only changed his mind because he found out that someone was selling his weapons on the black market to terrorists.
Hey man, well we got to stop that shit. You can't do it with my name on it.
If that never happened, he wouldn't have cared.
But it happened, and he cared.
He's his own worst enemy. There's a reason why the bad guy in Iron Man 3 was somebody that he slighted. Left my man outside waiting for Tony to show up, and Tony ain't never show up.
If you kill them all, you got to kill them off well, and then leave the technology to somebody else to find it. Like that kid in the comic book, that black girl who becomes Iron Man.
Riri?
That's how you kill them all.
You're totally talking about Riri. And I don't even think she needs his technology to build the Iron Man suit.
To be honest, I don't think we need his technology because we got Wakanda.
This is true. But come on, that nanobite.
That literally was the whole reason Wakanda was introduced, was to kind of give Iron Man a scapegoat. It's like, we needed you so much because of all the technology and things that you were doing that no one else could do. And now it's just like, we have this country with all this technology that can probably do everything that you can do and possibly more. We just didn't know about it because they just didn't want to tell us. Like, they might have, like, I mean, technically, isn't Black Panther's suit a nano suit? Because all he does is press it and it appears on his body.
All right, man, whatever.
He doesn't even press it. He just thinks about it. So it's the same thing.
Whatever, man.
Iron Man has a nano suit just like Black Panther does. All Black Panther gotta do is think, and the shit comes out of the beads or the necklace that he wears.
But he ain't got a shield and like sword and lasers and shit. All right, where we gonna get that from? Who's gonna replace what? Rhodes? Will you stop looking around? Like
That's because you talking about a sword and a shield. What shield? You talking about Captain America's shield?
No, man. He has his nano when he was fighting. Look, when he was going toe to toe with Thanos, which he was doing a pretty damn good job at.
Wakanda has swords, you know, because Michael B. Jordan cut Black Panther with swords,
man,
before he threw him off the cliff.
But it wasn't like forming out of a suit.
You're losing this one. Let it go.
Dog, every weapon in Wakanda was made out of vibranium.
But
even
it
the
wasn't
lowly
coming
warriors
out of the suit.
So what?
They had to run around with swords and spears. His junk was like, I need a sword. I need a shield. Block. It was coming out of his suit, son. Even when his suit was getting destroyed, it was getting put back together like Wolverine's indestructible pants.
Black Panther suit did the exact same thing.
No, his junk just takes damage and it's able to.
It healed itself. That's what
it releases the damage.
No, at one point, if you watch, I want to say wasn't in Black Panther. It was either in Black Panther or it was in Infinity War. He took so much damage that his suit, like, you could see. I think he took a missile or something, and you could see where his suit was starting to break away, and then it just healed itself.
I do remember that scene. All right. Well, anyways,
I was supposed to be quick hits, and we always get caught up on one damn topic.
I did I say I didn't care? I said I'm not here for it. Yeah, because her leaving it has the implications that
all good things must come to an end.
That all good things, everything that has a beginning has an end, and that's why I don't like it.
Well, you know what had a beginning, and then it had an end, and now it might have a new beginning. Obi-Wan was supposed to get a solo movie.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Ewan McGregor would have came back, but
I needed Ewan McGregor.
But thanks to Solo kind of being a box office disappointment, and people talking about how the last new Star Wars movies have all kind of been like kind of rushed and, you know, a little disjointed in their opinion. They're like, we're gonna not do the movie now. A whole bunch of shit's on pause, and so now there's a rumor that there's going to be an Obi-Wan TV series headed to the DisneyPlus streaming platform.
Yeah, I don't want to see it on Disney. I want to see it on Netflix.
I personally kind of don't want a TV series, only because.
What if the TV series goes along his Jedi journey? He runs into more Jedi. Wouldn't it be that kind of thing?
Yeah. Now, if it's more so of him younger under Qui-Gon, I'm cool with that. But if it's like, you know, something that like a little side missions or things that he did after the end of episode 3, I'm not for it.
Well, what if he like King Kung Fu and walks around just solving problems?
Oh yeah, I mean, because eventually he does have to turn into old Ben Kenobi. So is this going to take?
Who they said was living by himself for a long time. So it's like, what were you really doing? Because you couldn't do too much because you didn't want the Empire to find you.
Right. Yeah, because Anakin was on watch, looking for your
Anakin
ass.
like, nigga.
I'm gonna get this nigga.
He took my hand, took my bottom half, like turned my wife against me. He was like, he might be called, like, my kids might be calling him daddy right now.
I'm gonna get this nigga.
He did take a leg. He did fucking on quite nice.
He was like, got me in this ugly ass looking outfit all the time. Got me always sounding like I got sleep apnea.
I'm not here for it only because Ewan McGregor might not be reprising that role. Like if he shows up, if they do somehow decide to get him in there, then I'm all for it. But if they don't,
they'd have to do it animated like Clone Wars, and I probably would.
I don't want to see another animated jump. Like I wanted to see Ewan McGregor.
Clone Wars and Rebels was pretty dope.
No, it was good from what I've seen. I haven't seen all of it straight through, but from what I've seen, it was cool. But I'm saying, Ewan McGregor brought a sense of, I don't know, like it was like lighthearted, jokey, kind of like, all right. I mean, not just the accent, but like, first of all, Obi-Wan, I'm sure he was breaking a lot of Jedi rules that he wasn't supposed to be breaking. Besides the whole like training Anakin shit when they told him not to, like just on some, he was, you know how you got the light infinities when it comes to Jedis, you got the blue, for good, red for dark. Like Obi-Wan was damn near like in the middle, kind of like the whole time. Like he was letting Anakin get away with a lot of shit. I was like, yeah, of course I know that y'all was smashing, and I know that that's she pregnant with your baby, but
because
you my man.
Anakin was the chosen one. He was just like, look, man, like as long as you fulfill your promise and bring balance to the Force, do whatever you gonna do.
You my man. Of course I'm not gonna rat you out.
And also I think it's because he Anakin kind of came into the Jedi game when he was at an older age, so he was more so set in his ways, and he was just like, I can teach you some things, but I also realize that there's just certain things about you I can't change because because we didn't get a chance to teach you when you were younger. So it's, we didn't get a chance to mold you all the way.
Ewan made it look fun. He made being a Jedi look fun. Qui-Gon was extremely stiff with his fighting as long as with his teachings. Anakin was extremely reckless, but
Ewan McGregor was the best part of the entire prequel.
Yeah, he made that shit look fun. He made Jedi being a Jedi like, hey, this shit ain't bad. When he went up
against not Boba Fett, but what's the dude, Jango Fett?
Django.
That shit was fun. Like at the little cloning facility when they fighting outside in the rain and whatnot. I was like, hey.
When he was fighting General Grievous, and he popped up and said, well, hello there. Like he just made shit like he made shit lit, dog, and it was like. I want that expression of Obi-Wan in the show, in the movie, whatever they're doing. And if you don't have that, I'm just not going to... Yeah, what's the point? Like, I'm not going to be interested in Obi-Wan's character anymore. Because that expression is gone. If you're just going to give me this stiff Jedi and say that, this is Obi-Wan Kenobi, then it's just like...
It's a lighthearted British accent that got you.
I guess so.
It was a little bit. It was a little bit of the cockiness too.
What
it was
wishing well did you fall into, Blankman? What's with your sound?
You can't hear me?
I can hear you too much.
It sounds like you're on speakerphone and you're a little bit further away from the phone.
Oh, hold on.
It sounds like you're on speakerphone and you're too close to the phone.
Up now.
Oh, there we go. That sounds good.
So we're pretty much all in agreement that we're not here for it.
Not here for it.
All right. I can respect y'all on that. So I guess the only other thing I just really have to ask you guys. Are you ready? I mean, but no. Are you really ready though?
I said no. I said, are you ready?
Then for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching across the world, I'm not going to say the rest because that sounds like toxic masculinity. But our final topic of today, we're taking it back to the Attitude Era. Those were great days, weren't it?
Those were great days.
Those days, you were like actually excited as hell to watch episodes in WWE.
I have no idea what's going on in wrestling now. Like zero
bullshit.
idea.
Just bullshit.
You know what's going on in wrestling? The women's division is taking over.
I mean, but they are actually pretty good though. They're actually hella entertaining.
Robert Rousey like pushing that brand, and they're like it's taking over all the division. Nobody talks about the men's division anymore. It's always the women's division.
All right. Let me get to the actual news. Cause like, why are these niggas talking wrestling? We're talking wrestling because, believe it or not, some of us are wrestling fans or former wrestling fans, or we just like playing wrestling video games because we can pick up steel chairs and beat the shit out of people for 10 minutes. But whether you were a fan or you are a fan, you cannot deny that one of your favorite stables growing up was D-Generation X, who have officially been announced and going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, yes, sir.
And I'm here for it because it's all of DX.
Oh, it's all of them. So it's Road Dogg, it's Badass Billy Gunn, it's Chyna, it's Triple H, it's Shawn Michaels, and it's X-Pac.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And one of the big reasons I'm here for it is because they're letting Chyna in.
Yeah.
Because Chyna should have been a Hall of Famer a while ago, but of course, one of the things that was kind of keeping her out was this was now a publicly traded company who tried to focus on being, more family friendly and, putting someone in the Hall of Fame who had a porn career after leaving the company just doesn't seem that great. So I don't know who it was that
they put her and X-Pac in there.
Yeah. No, but her and Xbox had a sex tape.
Okay.
She did porn.
Well, she was with actual Playboy, right?
No, she posed for Playboy when she was with WWE, so they don't care about that.
Yeah, because I was about to say, because didn't Tori Wilson and Stacey Keebler also do it?
They posed for Playboy, but Playboy, even though they were news, they were Playboy was always seen as like elegant and they try to be respectful and things like that. Yeah. No, Chyna did porn. She did porn.
No, I don't think I'll be looking up any
dead person's porn.
Yeah,
that's just.
I don't want to see Chyna and porn. I'll pass.
Because that was one thing that Triple H always said. It was just like it's just hard, like especially in this day and age with all the information that we have. He said she deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but then at the same time, what if an impressionable kid goes out and searches her and that's something that pops up?
I mean, this impressionable kid has probably already searched Brazzers, X videos, and Pornhub anyway before looking up Chyna.
I mean, they probably have, but the parents don't know it. And all you need is for the one parent to catch little Timmy looking at a Chyna porn video, and it's, how dare they bring light to this person? And you know how outraged white people get.
And you know what's great about this particular group becoming Hall of Famers? Is that we can tell that white parent suck it. Straight like
tell
that.
Them you got two words.
I got two words for you.
Like just hop around the living room all the time like Xbox. I clearly said Xbox instead of Xbox.
Like Xbox. Like 6-pack. And 6. No, that's fucking great news.
I mean, and you got like arguably one of the greatest tag teams in the New Age Outlaws.
Yep.
I mean, Xbox has just been everywhere. He's just been 6, 1, 2, 3 kid, X-Pac. Like he's been
6-Pac.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 kid. He was.
Oh, dope. I was a fan of 1, 2, 3 kid back in the day.
Like he was just like whatever you needed him to be. Like D-Generation X. He was he was a member of the original NWO at one point.
The thing is with X-Pac, whatever squad he was with, he repped them. You would think he was the leader of that bitch the way he repped them dudes. He was coming out with flags. It was DX, everything, or NWO, everything.
At one point, you couldn't tell me that Xbox wasn't the most.
Are you still saying Xbox?
No, I said Xbox. I'm adding an S to the end of it. I don't know why. I'm saying like I hear it too. I'm saying X. I'm trying to say X-Pac, but sometimes I'm saying X-Pac.
X-Pac.
Now, at one point, X-Pac was probably one of the most popular people in the group.
Yeah.
Like, it was just the energy that he had behind it. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, you do your boom, boom, boom. X-Pac hit the joint. He like,
Yeah, he's just all over.
One, two, then he made sure you do the jumping third one.
Yeah,
and
he
do
had
like
the
that.
pyro going with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's what
Like,
I'm saying. That man went hard
Like,
for his team.
he was the energy, man. Like X-Pac was the energy. Like Road Dogg was the mouthpiece.
Yep,
Billy Gunn was just there to look pretty.
he was the muscle.
Yeah, he was just.
With the gayest, and I will say that, the gayest finishing move.
The Fameasser is the greatest.
I'm not gonna
finishing move.
say the gayest finishing move. I'm going to say as far as the whole character of Mr. Ass.
What?
Yeah, there you
You
go.
didn't like Mr. Ass? As
Oh no,
a
I
character?
loved it, but as a grown man, I can also recognize that it was a little bit different back then. If I was my age now, back then, I'm not walking around. I was like, oh yeah, you see Billy, you see Mr. Ass. Like I'm not walking around singing, I'm an ass
His
man.
theme song. Oh, I'm an ass man.
Well, you know what? I might actually walk around singing that, but in the way that you think, not in the way that the song was presented to us on the Titantron.
Oh man, no. Billy Gunn was actually
mean-
one of my. I mean, to me, it was like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Billy Gunn. Like he was,
And then,
he
you know,
was
like I
definitely
said,
third.
China found her footing.
You're right.
The ninth wonder of the world. Like how her
I mean-
song started off, "Don't you treat me like a woman? Don't you treat me like a man?" It's like she's up. I think she was what, like one of the first female participants in the Royal Rumble.
I mean, she won the Intercontinental Championship from Jericho at that.
Yeah, man. I mean, she withstood the Latino heat.
That's when she started. When Latino Heat was, that's when she started getting a little bit attractive. Like she started doing her hair.
Somewhere along the way, and somewhere along the way from when she first started.
When she first started, she was
that
just
wasn't
like a
just
straight
that
dude.
wasn't just makeup. She was still maturing at that age, and I guess she just kind of hit her peak, like maybe like 2 years afterwards. It's like nah, because you look at an old picture of China and you look at new, like all right, you let the muscles kind of go down a little bit. And
Yeah.
What she did, she got plastic surgery.
I-
Her jaw done.
I didn't want to say that, but I was trying to like be nice and not like say that.
Hey, look, man. The truth is the truth, man. She got work done. She got work done. What you gonna do? But he's also right about that, you know.
And you know what's going to happen? He's going to get to heaven, and as soon as he walks through that gate, all he's
Don't
going to hear
treat
is,
me like a
"Don't
woman.
you treat me like a woman."
Don't treat me like a man.
Yep.
And you brought this on yourself, Mike, man.
He's going to get gorilla. He's going to get gorilla pressed right outside of heaven.
You gonna spear with the front again?
No, one of the other great things I like about this is that my man Shawn Michaels gets inducted twice.
Twice. I think Ric Flair is the only other person who could say that.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
Ric-
4 Horsemen and by himself. Yeah.
Who just had his 70th birthday, by the way. I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, so congratulations to Ric Flair on that. I saw a Instagram video. Man, they showed out like freaking. Who showed up? Charles Barkley was there.
Because the black
Char-
community embraces Ric Flair.
Yeah,
now.
Charles Barkley was there. Triple H was there. Freaking Todd Gurley was there. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, where was Offset at? Offset should have been there just to perform Ric Flair drip.
Hey, look, the black community embraces because what is it?
Evander Holyfield, Dennis Rodman.
Ric Flair asks, what does being lit mean? And then somebody, I think it was one of the Migos, was like, being lit is living
Being Ric
every
Flair.
day like you're Ric Flair.
That is what being lit is.
That's what being lit is.
Like,
It was like
the high fly. Yeah, well, like
oh, what is his I don't want to mess it up. What is it?
the jet flying, limousine riding,
Wheeling, dealing.
girlfriend stealing.
I could kiss any girl in here and make her cry. It's like that's just what was it, riding Space Mountain? Like that's just Ric Flair, man. That was just like he embodies what
Ric
lit
Flair
is.
said Halle Berry rode Space Mountain. I don't know if I
and I'm
believe
not
him.
gonna call him a liar.
I'm not gonna call him a liar, but I am gonna take it like the Jesse situation. I need more information.
I'm gonna wait for the facts.
Yeah, I need a little bit more information on that one.
I don't doubt it. Ric Flair. We gonna talk about
But no, yeah, but DX
Eddie-
being inducted is cool.
like-
Oh, I'm sorry. Triple H too. He's definitely going to be inducted by himself.
I mean,
And as DX.
you didn't really have to mention Triple H. The man's already the CEO. Of
That's
the
what I'm
goddamn
saying.
company.
He'll probably be inducted as a CEO.
Like he
too.
probably voted himself. He voted DX in. Like no one else was probably thinking it. They were probably like going through a list of like real old. Like, well, since we need a group, how about DX?
Took him long enough. Matter of fact, I think NWO got in before DX, didn't they?
I don't think
NWO was the best faction.
You sure?
I don't think NWO got in.
Scott Hall, Nash, and
I don't think
and
NWO.
Hogan?
I don't think.
So are they
NWO 's
all
the
in
Hall
as
of Fame.
separate?
Yeah, I think they're all in as separate. Separate. I don't think they're all in together.
Okay.
You said NWO is the greatest faction.
Yep. Name a better one.
DX.
D-Generation X.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Nah, man. I'm talking about when NWO was hot. When it was like, nah.
D-Generation X is pretty much the reason why the Monday Night Wars ended.
Exactly.
NWO was the reason why WCW was on top,
With
and then
Shawn
all
Michaels
of a
being
sudden,
the front man.
How crazy everybody went when NWO joined WWE. That was a good time.
It was a good time.
but how crazy was it when Shawn Michaels and
was-
Triple H got back together?
Right, exactly. and not to mention, remember, Shawn Michaels even led NWO at one time. Like he was the leader. So it's like, even still, nigga, you gotta give.
You
want to
know how hype and how great it was when Shawn Michaels and Triple H got back together?
when they fought the Spear Squad?
I can tell you what happened. I can tell you that Triple H had pissed off Vince McMahon. The Spirit Squad a few weeks prior had already beat the shit out of and jumped Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
They were jumping Triple H. They were Vince McMahon was bringing them out one by one. He's like, Kenny, Triple H kicking Kenny's ass. Mikey, whatever. And then the last one was supposed to come out. And then all of a sudden, dude ain't come out.
Which one was Dolph? Which one was Dolph? Was that Mikey?
He might have been Mikey. Then I remember the last motherfucker ends up flying out through the stage, and all of a sudden Shawn Michaels walks out in jeans and a black wife beater, stares Vince right in the eye, runs down the ring, starts beating
Nope.
the shit.
You skipped the spot. I skipped the part.
What?
He sweet chin the dude that he threw out.
Yes, he did. Like
Right on the
ran
ramp.
into the ring. They started beating the shit out the Spirit Squad together. The last person to face a Sweet Chin Music and a pedigree was Kenny. Then Triple H and Shawn Michaels look at each other. They do the little handshake above. They rubbing like they like got the noggins pressed up against each other, hyping each other up. Turn around, look at Vince, tell him to suck it. I don't remember shit that happened when NWO came to WWE.
I don't remember their reunion when they came over.
Like, damn it, I remember the fucking black wife beater. I remember all that shit.
That was a good time.
That whole generation of wrestling was amazing.
So, yes and no, because now that I see what the women are capable of, I do feel bad for the way they were objectified back in the day.
No, you know what? I agree with you on that one. Because
I feel like we could have got a lot better matches, and I feel like when you look at it now, there probably were a lot better female wrestlers that deserve better. Like probably Jazz was probably a real
the
good.
women's
What?
division right now is a really, really good, and they're really good. The actors are really good.
Like dog, they had a elimination chamber match for the female tag titles.
Mhm.
It was actually pretty dope.
I'm not going. From the little bit that I see nowadays, like the women are definitely doing their thing, but before when you had like Jazz and Ivory and Jacqueline
Victoria.
and Victoria, yeah, like that, when they had that first women's title, when it meant something in the beginning, they were doing their thing. Now, of course, they didn't get the shine that the men got, but they were doing their thing.
But-
it
and
got weak when they
did
introduced that Divas.
But they
shit
tried. But
and
they
that
also
Divas
tried.
title.
They also tried a lot to keep the good wrestlers from wrestling all the time. It was always you had like a technically sound female wrestler, and they would go against someone who wasn't as technically sound, but they were pretty. Yeah, they were.
Well, yeah,
they would
like
be,
the
they'd be
Stacey
they'd be
Keibler and
pretty.
the Tori
You can
Wilson.
find some type of stipulation to put them in because
The
like
previous
oh,
Nitro girls.
yeah, like it's just like oh. You can do bra and panties match. Oh, you can do a
That's when
lingerie match.
that's when they were doing that Divas thing, when they were transitioning that Divas thing. But before then, they was just, I was about to say balls to the wall.
All I know is that more than likely the main event for WrestleMania is probably going to be Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte versus Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch. That's my favorite character.
And she's taking over. Becky Lynch.
Charlotte was bringing that women's division back before Ronda got there because Charlotte was killing.
No,
shit.
Charlotte. Look, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Alexa Bliss. They were all doing the thing. They were like Ronda Rousey was just more of the star name to it, but they were definitely doing a lot. The big draw alone for WrestleMania, if it was just Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, was already mad crazy. Because Becky Lynch, since like August, had become like, she's pretty much the WWE's probably top draw right now.
She's the man, isn't she?
She's all. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me move the camera over a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm all bending. I'm all like to the side doing this. I'm like, I'm out the damn frame. She's pretty much Stone Cold Steve Austin right now.
Oh wow.
That's pretty much what she is. Vince is semi fucking it up by replaying it like she's Austin, but that's what she is. She's Austin. Like, and I appreciate it because I always thought she could wrestle, and if there was ever a real official, or there were ever other official ladies of DX other than China, Becky Lynch would fit perfectly in DX right now.
Yeah, that's definitely her favorite.
Sweet.
It's like, so, man.
Well, fellas, Blankman signing off.
Yeah, like, we'll get up with you later, Blankman. That was, I mean, for the most part, that was pretty much it. We covered everything. We talked about how we felt about DX. Was there anything else that you can think of?
Nothing. I got nothing. Anything from you, Blankman? Any last words?
Sayonara and buenas noches.
I'm right there with him.
All right.
So, we'll get up with you later, world. Peace.
Peace.